name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I want to do is I want to show you a certain part from the PG film that's always stumped me when I view this film, is how the Bigfoot actually stops and stands there in the film. Now, the first clip I want to show you is a clip where we see the Bigfoot walking and then stop. This is from the film. See how the Bigfoot just stopped there and stood there for a minute and then start walking again? Now we're going to go slow motion. Now watch Bigfoot stop. Standing straight up. How is he just standing there? He's just standing there. Still in that same spot as you see right here. And now he starts to walk off again. Now, what you don't know is on that part there is from the time the Bigfoot stops is I actually took out some frames from that part of the clip, which what I did was I took out the ground sequence. Now, the reason why I took out this ground sequence so I could see what is the Bigfoot doing, just standing there. So when I go to the main clip, the original now, this is that part right here, as you see here. See how it shows the ground, and now we'll see the Bigfoot again, which I'll show you again. See how he's running up on the ground there. See the ground? Okay, I took that sequence out. And the reason why I took that sequence out is because it's like that Bigfoot stops. When you're looking at frame by frame, you'll see it stop. Then you'll see him running around, and you see the ground sequence. Then when he pans back up with his camera, and he's keeping an eye on that Bigfoot, and then all of a sudden the Bigfoot starts walking again. Now, when I was doing test on from one spot to the next spot, found out that this Bigfoot, not only the 13 frames I took out of that sequence, the Bigfoot was just standing there because it started, stopped, it was walking and it stopped, and then you got the 13 frames where it was just still standing there. And then you got a few more frames where it still was standing in that same spot. And then it starts to continue walking, which I'm going to point out right now. So we can do this right now, and I'll show you. When we do start slowing it down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and watch my cursor. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I want to keep on stop, pause, stop, pause, stop, pause, and I'm going to show you exactly when the Bigfoot stops. Okay, now we see up here, this is a cursor. You're going to see a Bigfoot step down, and then he's going to stand there. Okay, now the Bigfoot's just standing right here. As you see this clear shot here. Now I want to point out why we see the Bigfoot here. We see one leg right here. Now we see the stump that's right here where the cursor is. We see the stump sticking up out of the ground. We see the Bigfoot right here. Now, right about here is where the ground sequence starts coming into play, and it shows the ground sequence. Then we come back up, and then right here is as we see it again. So this Bigfoot not only stand there when we see it stop, that Bigfoot's still in that same location from the last time we seen it. Let me go back. Oh, can't go that way now. Let's do it this way again. Sorry about that. We're going to stop it again when right there. We're going to go back just a tad more right here where the Bigfoot stops. And then, you know, the frames down below right there, as you see right there. Then we take 13 frames out, and as we come back up, you see the Bigfoot still in that same location. He's still standing there, as you see right here. As you see, oops. Let's bring this back again to here. As you see here, The Bigfoot has got his hands down to his side, legs side by side each other, just standing there. Now there's that stump that's still there, which Bigfoot didn't even pass. Now you figure the Bigfoot would have passed that stump. You got 13 frames of the ground sequence, okay, which I showed you in the beginning that because just like this long tree here, he's not even past this long tree that's right here. Now you have 13 frames that when the Bigfoot stopped, as he was filming it walking, and then it stopped, and then he started filming the ground sequence, and he comes back up. Now you got 13 frames plus the frames that come back, so we're looking at a total of 21 frames. That's his Bigfoot is stopped there. And then when he gets focused back on the Bigfoot, we have another 5 frames that goes by, which makes it 26 frames now. And then the Bigfoot starts walking again. Within that 26 frames, and if you watch the rest of the film and you go by frames, you will see the Bigfoot, I'm going to use my fingers as measurements, would move about this far. It would have probably about, I'd say a total of each frame would probably put you at about 20 footsteps. Okay. But as you see here, there's been no footsteps in between. So we have 21 frames plus 5, it's 26 frames out, 26 frames, not one step. So basically, when the ground sequence came into play, the person in the suit was stopped until Roger got relocated. And once he got relocated, then the Bigfoot starts walking again. So I'm going to let this play out. We're going to start it over again, and I want you to keep an eye on it. Now, this is with the 13 frames out. This ain't showing the ground sequence whatsoever. And we're going to slow it down, and you're going to see there's that stump right here. There's that stump right there. That was pointing out right there. Now he's starting to walk. Now he's starting to go past that stump. Now, as you notice, the Bigfoot changed directions. Instead of it going straight, because it was going this way, then you'll see it kick over this way and it starts walking off this way. So now not only did the Bigfoot stop for a few seconds while Roger relocated, but then when the Bigfoot started walking, all of a sudden it changes direction. Like I said, when you see it in this time frame here, this with the ground sequence. Now we're going to see the ground sequence. And this goes on with the film. We see the Bigfoot, it clearly stops in this film. Now, another thing I want to point up right here is you remember, which is right here, which I want to point out. Now, if you look at the film, okay, that's what gets me when you look at this film, when you watch this film, when you analyze this film. Remember, the Bigfoot is walking this way. Roger Patterson's filming this way, okay? The Bigfoot's way in front of him. But as you see here, in this frame here alone, we see a Bigfoot track. Now, the Bigfoot track actually is on this side of the log, down log. So actually, when we're watching the film, we see the Bigfoot going this way. Because lay down logs, like I'll say, it's right here. We'll put the lay down log. And the Bigfoot's actually walking this way. Okay, and then change directions. But now, in this film here, when we watch a ground sequence, we'll see Bigfoot tracks. So basically, Bigfoot tracks is going around the log now. In the film, we're told in how everybody walked it, he walked this way, straight across, then cut from the down tree. But in this video, in this image here, in this film, there's Bigfoot tracks that leads up and around that log. Because right here, as you see my cursor, there is a Bigfoot print. The down log is right up here, down this way, which I'll show you. See? There's a downfall tree. Basically, this Bigfoot was walking this way and had to step over that log because the Bigfoot print was over here. So that puts us in a new direction of this Bigfoot walking around this way now are coming across, instead of having being in front of the log in this way, now we have footprints leading up this way to the log, and had to step over and starts walking that way. So it's kind of hard to figure out what they was really thinking about or how many takes they actually did when they was doing this film, because it is a hoax, whether people want to believe it or not. Let them be the judge upon it, because I have my book out that we talk about this stuff that I put in this book. There is so much in this film that people keeps on overlooking, and there's a lot of facts that's in this film that points to it to be a hoax and not real. Like I just showed you here, the Bigfoot stops, as you see here. Bigfoot's just standing there with his hands down to its side and his legs side by side. The film shows Bigfoot not stop once, but also shows it stopping 3 times. The film also shows other Bigfoot tracks, which is supposed to be from Patty, coming in from a different direction instead of, the direction that they claim. So, like I said, there's a lot of things in this film that people's not going to point out, but I point out. And I want to make this video and show everybody that actually the Bigfoot, which I took the 13 frames out so I could see what was that Bigfoot doing. All it was doing was standing there. So if it was just standing there for them 5 frames, okay, just standing there, then when I put 13 back in there, plus the the other frames, we're looking at 26 frames total that this Bigfoot was just standing there, not even taking one step. So this is actually can be based on, like I said, the film itself. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. I'll be making more videos here soon. Tomorrow I'm going to take a day off because I want to work on the Banshee. And trying to get that Banshee book done by the end of this week. And then I'll be making more videos still this week. So I just decided just to make 2 today. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And thank you.